We begin WION Dispatch with the statement and clarification from the Indian government that a passport has never been regarded as proof of citizenship. It further said that no such policy change has been made recently or at any point in the last 12 years. The statement comes a day after the Ministry of External Affairs emphasized that an Indian passport is strictly a travel document and should not be treated as a conclusive evidence of citizenship. This clarification has now triggered an intense debate over what exactly is a proof of citizenship in India. During an event celebrating the 14th Passport Seva Divas, the ministry stressed that a passport's primary purpose is to enable international travel and establish identity abroad, and it is therefore strictly a travel document. It further added that passports are issued only after extensive verification using records from multiple agencies, but the government retains the power to revoke a passport if it is discovered that an applicant faked documents or obtained citizenship through misrepresentation. Now, legally speaking, the government has drawn a razor-thin line between passports being evidence of citizenship and being conclusive proof of citizenship, which means that a passport is not a sacrosanct document which can prove a person's citizenship beyond doubts. However, the clarification has thrown up a grey area. Section 6 of the Passports Act 1967 states that the issuance of a passport can be refused if the applicant is not a citizen. This implies that a passport is only issued after the state satisfies itself of the applicant's citizenship. So if a document issued after intensive verification, specifically of citizenship, is not a proof, then what is? This question is now front and center of a debate around citizenship raging in India over the last 1 year. It all began when the Election Commission of India started a special intensive revision or SIR of electoral rolls. The exercise would focus on a host of documents and the role in proving citizenship. After multiple hearings in the Supreme Court, it has now been established that Aadhaar is not a proof. It is a proof of identity and residency. A voter ID card is also not a proof of citizenship either. It merely establishes that a person is enrolled as a voter on electoral rolls. Similarly, a PAN card or permanent account number stands as a proof of earning and paying taxes in India. In February 2020, the government had clarified in Parliament that citizenship is purely governed by the Citizenship Act 1955. The Act lays down the criteria for a person to qualify as an Indian citizen. It says that a person is an Indian by birth if born in the country on or after January 26, 1950, but before July 1st, 1987. However, if a person is born after July 1987, he or she can claim citizenship if either parent was a citizen. Those born on or after December 3rd, 2004, they can claim citizenship by birth only if both parents are Indians, or if one parent is a citizen and the other is not an illegal immigrant at the time of birth. India, however, does not possess a single universally recognized citizenship certificate issued to every citizen at birth. For decades, Indians have relied on a patchwork of documents under the presumption that they added up to a proof of citizenship. But the MEA's clarification has now deleted another document from this presumptive list, leaving 1.4 billion Indians wondering how exactly can they prove that they are Indians. Well, our assistant editor for Foreign Affairs, Siddhant Sibal, has sent us this report on the story. Take a look.
A passport is a travel document. It is evidence of your citizenship, but it is not your citizenship document. And this is something that has been made clear not just by the Indian Ministry of External Affairs, but also in terms of the law that has been laid out in the past by various judgments of high courts, where, of course, there were questions over the documents that were provided. Now, we know that not just the law laid by the judgments, but also various acts as well. In fact, the Passports Act also says, the Section 20, that passport can be given to a non-citizen if the central government is in belief that it is of essentially national interest. There are, of course, exceptions there.